मैं करती हूँ बोले। Hello all our dear students, welcome back to our channel. In this video we are going to solve English Literature paper 3. If you have missed on the previous lectures, please do watch it. It is there in the... So this video will be helpful for all my ICSE grade 10 students. This is based on the semester 1 examination. So please do watch it till the end. It will be very beneficial for you. So the maximum marks are 40. The time allowed is 1 hour, inclusive of reading time. All questions are compulsory, and the marks intended for questions are given in the brackets. For you have 40 questions, 40 marks. So you have to solve everything. So we'll start with section A, question 1. In the story, The Little Match Girl, the girl was option A, bareheaded, option B, barefoot, option C, wearing an old apron, and option D, all of the above. It's option D, all of the above. Moving on to section A, question 2. The third vision seen by the little girl in the short story, The Little Match Girl, was of option A star, option B, a well-decorated Christmas tree, option C, roasted goose, and option D, an iron stove. It's option B, a well-decorated Christmas tree. Section A, question 3. The free bird claims the dash to be in his own. Option A, a green valley. Option B, sunny sky. Option D, narrow cage. And option D, fat worms. So the answer is option B, the sunny sky. Moving on to section A, question 4. The theme of Browning's poem, The Patriot, is option A, public's fickleness, rise and fall of glory and faith in God. Option B, rise and fall of glory, sibling love and faith in God. Option C, public fickleness, being rich and famous and sibling rivalry. And option D, faith in God, class distinction and leadership. So the answer is option A, public's fickleness, rise and fall of glory and faith in God. Section A, question 5. The crocodile lay on the rippled sand with only his raised eyes out of the water and raised nostrils breathing the dash. Option A, dirty polluted air. Option B, clean sunny air. Option C, clean wet air. And option D, perfumed air. Please do answer. The answer is option B, clean and sunny air. The crocodile lay on the rippled sand with only his raised eyes out of the water and raised nostrils breathing the clean, sunny air. Section A, question 6. Sibia had seen many wanderers in the bazaar. What had she not seen? Satin sewn with real silver thread, thin trays with brim, delicate glassware, sari with chips of looking glass embroidered into the border. It's option C, delicate glassware. Section A, question 7. Portia calls herself dash. Option A, unlessoned girl. Option B, unschooled girl. Option C, unpracticed girl. And option D, all of the above. It's option D, all of the above. Section A, question 8. Besides the scroll, What other object did Bassanio find in the leaden casket? Option A, a bowl. Option B, Portia's portrait. Option C, Nerissa's portrait. And option D, a skull. The answer is option B, Portia's portrait. Besides the scroll, Bassanio finds Portia's portrait in the leaden casket. Section A, question 9. Bassanio rejected the silver casket because of: it was pale and common drudge between man and man. Option B, he knew that outward appearances are often deceptive. Option C, it was too expensive. And option D, he had been told which casket was the right one. The answer is option A. Bassanio rejected the silver casket because it was pale and common drudge between man and man. Section A, question 10. Portia said that she was leaving for a monastery dash of her house. 10 miles, 3 miles, 2 miles, 20 miles. Portia said that she was leaving for a monastery which was 2 miles off her house. Section B. Read the following extract from The Merchant of Venice Act 3 and answer the questions that follow by choosing the most appropriate response from the choices given below. The extract is: Salarino says, I would she were as lying a gossip in that, as ever napped ginger or made her neighbours believe she wept for the death of a third husband. Question 1. Whom does she refer to in the first line of the extract? Diana, the goddess of chastity. Rumor or report which is personified as a tattling old woman. Jessica, the daughter of Shylock. Or Nerissa, Bassanio's beloved. It's option B. Here, she is referred to as the rumor or the report which is personified as a tattling old woman. Question number 2. What does Salanio wish about the rumor? Option A. Rumor may prove to be an old woman. Option B. Rumor may prove to be a beautiful lady. Option C. Rumor may prove to be a young woman. Or option D. Rumor may prove to be a big liar. It's option D. Rumor may prove to be a big liar. Question 3. What was said earlier about Antonio's ship? A. It incurred heavy loss. B. It was wrecked in the narrow water of the good winds. Option C. It was wrecked in Tripolis. And option D. It made good profit. The correct answer is option B. It was wrecked in the narrow water of the good winds. So the Antonio ship was wrecked in the narrow water of the good winds was said earlier. Question 4. What is the meaning of the word napped? Option A. Chewed. Option B. Kidnapped. Option C. Churned. Or option D. Beaten. The correct answer is chewed. The meaning of the word napped is chewed. Question 5. How does Shylock react to the loss of Antonio's ship? Option A. He was enraged to hear about his loss. Option B. He broke down to hear about his loss. Option C. He was pleased to hear about his loss. Or option D. He acted strange to hear about his loss. Yes, the correct answer is option C. He was pleased to hear about his loss. Section B. Read the following extract from Act 3 of The Merchant of Venice and answer the questions that follow by choosing the most appropriate response from the choices given below. This is extract number 2. Bassanio says, "How many cowards, whose hearts are all as false as stairs of sand, were yet upon their chins, the beards of Hercules and frowning Mars." Question 1. Which theme in the play is highlighted in the above extract? Option A. The theme of deception. Option B. The theme of appearance of virtue. Option C. The theme of appearance and reality. And option D. The theme of superiority. Yes, in the theme in the play is highlighted is the theme of appearance and reality. Question 2. Bassanio says that even the most simple vice has some dash. A. Appearance of evil. B. The real value. Option C. Deception. Or option D. External resemblance to virtue. Yes, the correct answer is option D. External resemblance to virtue. Bassanio says that even the most simple vice has some external resemblance to virtue. Question 3. Which of the following statements is not true? That is, it is false. Options A. External show has real value. Option B. External show has no real value. Option C. The world is always misled by the outward show. Or option D. The face of evil is always concealed. Yes, the correct answer is option A. External show has real value is the wrong statement. Question 4. To what are stairs of sand compared? Option A. Courageous men. Option B. Cowards. Option C. Great warriors. Or option D. None of the above. Yes, the stairs of sand is compared to cowards. Question 5. Who were Hercules and Mars? Option A. Hercules was a great hero in Greek mythology. Option B. Mars was the Roman god of war. Option C. Their beards represent strength, manliness, and bravery. And option D. All of the above. Yes, the answer is all of the above. Section B, question number 3. Read the following extract from the short story The Little Match Girl and answer the questions that follow by choosing the most appropriate response from the choices given below. In the cold and gloom, a poor girl walked, bareheaded and barefoot, through the streets. Question 1. What kind of weather was there in the evening? Option A. Bitterly cold. Option B. Snow was falling. Option C. Dark and gloomy. Or option D. All of the above. Yes, it's option D. All of the above. Question number 2. The girl had slippers on when she left home, but they were of no use. What's the reason? Option A. They were oversized. Option B. They were too tight. Option C, they were too small. Or option D, they were misfit. Yes, you guessed it right. The girl had slippers on when she left home, but they were of no use because they were oversized. Question number 3. We can conclude from the extract that the little girl was A. Poor but contented. Option B. Happy but dejected. Option C. Poor and dejected. Or option D. Poor and amiable. Yes. From the extract, the little girl was poor and dejected. Question 4. Why was the little girl out in the cold? A. To sell roses. B. To beg for a living. Option C. To sell matches. And option D. None of the above. The little girl was out in the cold to sell matches. Question 5. What prevented the little girl from going back home? Option A. The cold weather. Option B. She couldn't earn a single penny. Option C. She was enjoying the festive season. Or option D. She felt sleepy. The little girl couldn't earn a single penny and this prevented her from going back home. Section B, question number 4. Read the following extract from the short story, The Blue Bead, and answer the questions that follow by choosing the most appropriate response from the choices given below. The extract is, where Sibia was working, wind coming across hundreds of miles of trees cooled her sweating body, and she could look down over the river as if she were a bird. Question 1. To what was Sibia compared? A. A crocodile. B. A bird. C. A fish. Or D. A flycatcher. Yes, Sibia was compared to a bird. Question number 2. Where was Sibia working? Option A. Across the river. Option B. In the forest. Option C. On the cliffs above the river. Or option D. At the railhead. Yes, Sibia was working on the cliffs above the river. Question number 3. With whom was she working? A. With her mother and some other woman. B. With the Gujar woman. C. With her mother. Or D. With the Gujar woman. Sibia was working with her mother and some other woman. Question number 4. What was their work? To gather grass, to gather pebbles, to gather paper grass, or to gather wood? Sibia was working to gather paper grass. Question number 5. What did she carry with her? Her sickle and homemade food, her needle and hay fork, clay cups, or her sickle and homemade hay fork? Sibia was carrying her sickle and homemade hay for. Section B, question number 5. Read the following extract from the poem I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings and answer the questions that follow by choosing the most appropriate response from the choices given below. But a caged bird stands on the grave of dreams. His shadows shout on a nightmare scream. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. Question number 1. The caged bird is used as a dash. Option A, simile. Option B, metaphor. Option C, hyperbole. Or option D, none of the above. The caged bird is used as a metaphor in the poem. Question number 2. The grave of dreams suggests dash. First, the caged bird's distressful condition. B. The caged bird's enslavement. Option C. The caged bird's confidence. Or option D. The caged bird's rage at being held captive. The grave of dreams suggests that the caged bird's distressful condition. Question number 3. In this poem, Maya Angelou does not highlight this theme. A. Freedom versus enslavement. B. Racism and slavery. C. Patriotism. D. Voice against oppression. Patriotism is not the theme which Maya Angelou highlights in the poem. Question number 4. Which imagery has been used in Shadow Shouts on a Nightmare Screen? A. Auditory imagery. B. Visual imagery. C. Kinesthetic imagery. Or D. None of the above. Yes, you guessed it right. It is the audio imagery. Question number 5. Which figure of speech has been used in the line, "His shadow shouts on a nightmare screen"? A. Metaphor. B. Alliteration. C. Hyperbole. Or D. Personification. Yes. The figure of speech used in the line "His shadow shouts on a nightmare screen" is personification. Section B, question 6. Read the following extract from the poem The Patriot and answer the questions that follow by choosing the most appropriate answer from the choices given below. Thus I enter and thus I go. In trams people have dropped down dead. Paid by the world, what dost thou owe me? God might question now instead. It's God shall repay, I am safer so. Question number 1. Who is the speaker here? A. The patriot. B. The poet. C. God. Or D. The crowd. Yes, it was simple. The speaker here is the patriot. Question number 2. How did the speaker enter? A. In heavy rain. B. Greeted by the cheering crowds. Option C. Carried on the shoulders of his fan. D. Drive on a carriage. The speaker entered. He was greeted by the cheering crowds. Question number 3. The closest in meaning to paid by the world in the above extract is to be rewarded, to be awarded, to be insulted, to be judged by his deeds and receive what he deserved. The closest in meaning to feared by the world in the above extract is to be judged by his deed and receive what he deserved. Question 4. In times people have dropped down dead is an example of dash. A. Simile, B. Metaphor, C. Alliteration, or D. Hyperbole. In chimes people have dropped down dead is an example of alliteration. Question number 5. The mood described in this concluding stanza of Browning's poem, The Patriot, is dash. Optimistic, celebratory, gloomy, pessimistic. Yes, the mood described in this concluding stanza of Browning's poem, The Patriot, is optimistic. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope this video has helped you a lot. Please do study, please do read your textbooks, and all the very best for your exams.